Okay, let's get to Geelong. Lost to Port in week 1 of the finals, then beat GWS, but was smashed by Melbourne in that prelim final in Perth. Where are the Cats at?
They'll be there again. They'll be there again, I think. Like that, I think they're a lock for 14-plus wins. The hard thing for Geelong is they've still got so much talent on their list. I think we'll see some tinkering, assistant coaches coming in, maybe an adjustment to a game style that served them so well but hasn't been able to get them over that final hurdle. They've lost to the eventual premiers, the last 2 prelims. But the hard thing for them is their season starts in September. Like that's for them to be able to put the cherry on top of the cake. It's such a long wait.
It's a long mental road, isn't it?
It's a long road, cumulative toll, because they've been so good for so long. And we all look at Geelong and think, I think they'll be really good again. But it doesn't really matter until we get to September.
And that's where their mindsets are at too, probably, all the players.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll get there again.
When you've been, and yes, they haven't won in the last 5 years, but when you've been a September type of organisation, the mental battle is pre-season, get that over and done with. The first part of the season when you know you need to bank the wins and try and get your game in good order. But the back half of the season is when those thoughts start to creep in again. I think last year there's certain things that went wrong. Clearly the Stewart injury hurt them so much off halfback. They were a different side where they had to throw Gary Rowan down in defence. I think there's something in that. You know, he performed well as a forward through the home and away season.
He performed okay.
I thought he performed quite well. I thought he exceeded some expectation coming into the season.
Third, fourth tall in a team that finishes top 4.
Yeah, but
pretty good life, isn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't that.
Player.
You're probably looking at goals and stuff like. But I think his pressure, his movement around the ground, his ability to get up the ground. Yeah. I think when he went to half back, when they lost Stewart too, he was a little bit further up the ground. I thought he provided some bounce, which, if they're going to improve and tinker with their game plan, for me it's off half back and not just relying on Stewart. Now Smith and Duncan used to get back heavily to help them with their ball movement. And when they moved the ball to the open side, totally different side. It just energised them. I think if Gary Rowan can play a percentage at half-back, I think it opens them up and leaves the ball movement a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, I don't think he's the answer.
He's not the answer, but we're looking for increment. Okay. So they're not going to go from being this side to totally revamping the game plan.
So they've got to find little wins.
At little things.
Little wins.
Okay.
Is anyone else curious that their entire assistant coach, almost...
Yeah.
No, I'll rephrase that. Half their assistant coaching staff walked, right, for whatever reason. Matthew Knights, Corey Enright, Matthew Scarlett.
Yeah, I think
walked.
It's fascinating. Fascinating.
Well, has anyone... Now, I was laid up for a little while, but I've been waiting. I'm talking to Chris Scott soon, right, for an article. And here's my first question. Why did your 3 assistants leave? Now, is it pure chance? Is it because... Was there something between them and Chris Scott? Did they want to change the game style? And Chris Scott said, no, this is how fundamentally we're going to play. The senior coach decides, you said before, I agree. Yep. They decide how they want to play. Did they not agree or disagree? I mean, really fascinating.
It's a refresh, and I think it's really good timing. However it went down, I'm not too sure of the circumstances around it, but I think it could be a real win for them in that it's fresh voices, potentially new ideas. They've gotten so close. Their game style has served them so well, but they might with these fresh ideas stumble across something that is able to get them.
They've already changed it. They got rid of line coaches. Yeah, they have. So they're trying to get in front of the game.
Yeah,
they are. They're trying to change a little bit.
Where do we sit though with the age debate? I know we bring it up a lot with the Cats, but watching that prelim final in Perth, and you just look at the Petrarcas and the Olivers, and they're Selwood and Dangerfield of 5 years ago. So you can tinker with the game plan and all that as much as you like, but is there just a concern that they're getting old?
That's a great comment.
I think if you compare Geelong to majority of the competition, we see them in a position where they'll play finals. If you compare them, to the absolute benchmark, which is Melbourne last year and certainly this year, I think they're a fair way off.
I think they're my big slider.
Big slider?
Yep. I didn't pick. I couldn't find room for Geelong in my 8.
Really?
What?
Wow.
Really?
Wow, that's a big call. And
I may be wrong.
Yeah, you might be.
Yeah,
and I'm
right.
sort of banking them for 14-plus wins, and there's a good chance that I could be wrong too, but I think Cameron missed big chunks last year. Dangerfield missed big chunks last year. They missed Stewart at the wrong time of the year. Duncan was out for a big period. So I just still think there's far too much class on that list. They win at home. They always have. I can't see that changing.
So what are you going?
I'm going 4-6.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yep.